So Kendo is finally here as the latest DLC character in My Hero 1 Justice 2, and because of that I wanted to make a wishlist video talking about who I would like to see on a My Hero 1 Justice 2 Season 2 DLC pass, if they did one. Now, there are so many characters I would love to see come to this game, but seeing that a DLC pass is usually only 5 characters, I will only be picking 5 characters to make this list. Also again, this is my wish list, meaning I'm just picking characters who I would personally like to see on a Season 2 pass if they did one, so I'm not picking these characters off of anything like, do they have a high chance of being in the next game's base roster or anything like that. I'm just picking these characters, just because these are characters I personally would like to see come to the game, so yeah. One more thing before we begin, there will be some spoilers for the My Hero Academia movie, My Hero Academia Heroes Rising, so I just wanted to give you a warning before we begin just in case you didn't want to be spoiled or anything like that. Now with all that out of the way, let's begin. So coming in at DLC number 5 is Kendo. Kendo was a character I was really surprised didn't make it into the base roster of this game. He had such a prominent moment in the provisional license exam, he was an opponent, and I thought, oh, he's gonna be, needed for the story mode because you're probably gonna need to fight him or something like that, but they didn't add him, so I was like, oh, that's a surprise. Why didn't you add him? I feel like he would have had such a really unique moveset, his quirk isn't called Earthquake, I think it's Vibrate, and that could be used in so many different ways, besides creating just earthquakes or AoE effects and stuff like that, imagine if he got up close to you and he kind of stunned you if he punched you or something like that because he vibrated or something like that. I mean, I don't know if that's how his quirk actually works, but it still is a cool idea on in thought it's a cool idea. He would mainly be an AoE fighter, I think, kind of creating earthquakes around and stuff like that. But imagine how cool it would be if you kind of created an earthquake, but the ground moves in a circle kind of pattern and you have to jump over his rocks. I think that'd be super cool. I mean, that's just, me thinking off the top of my head. But I can totally see him working. He could have projectiles where he launches debris from his earthquakes or something like that, or he can have if he's in an air combo, he knocks you to the ground and he kind of creates an earthquake which shakes you, and then he can go into a ground combo from that. There's so many ideas I think you can do with Kendo. And besides, who doesn't want, Eren in the game? Eren Yeager from Attack on Titan, they share the same English voice actors, so I think that'd be really cool getting to hear someone from Attack on Titan in a My Hero game. Obviously it's not the same character, but they share the same English voice actor, so just use your imagination. I think that'd be pretty cool, especially since they added English dub to the game, so I don't know, that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, so that's my number 5 pick for, the DLC wishlist, and let's move on to number 4. So coming in at number 4, I have High-End Nomu, specifically Hood. Hood was such an interesting villain, that fight at the end of Season 4 with Endeavor, that was awesome. I think that's the main reason why I want him in the game. He would be so cool to see come to this game, he would have such a unique moveset, he'd be intimidating, he would just have a unique model, just think about it, think about how cool that would be. And not to mention, we already have Nomu in the game, but that's the one that attacked the USJ. Imagine having the next level up, the high-end Nomus, the more intelligent Nomus, that'd be pretty cool. And it wouldn't just sound like him screeching, it would be actual, talking, it would be a talking Nomu. Yeah, but I can see so many things they can do with that character. Not to mention, it'd be another villain in the game, so it's kind of another villain. There's so many more heroes, I think, on the roster than villains, so it'd be nice to have another villain in the game. But the one thing you need to give this character is a plus ultra level 2 animation. For some reason, normal Nomu doesn't have that. He doesn't have a plus ultra level 2 animation, so I feel like it's a must-have that High-End Nomu has a plus ultra 2 level animation. I don't know why normal Nomu doesn't have one, but I mean, he's in the game, so I can't really complain. But High-End Nomu, I feel like he definitely needs to have a plus ultra 2 level animation. So that is my number 4 pick. I think he'd be a really interesting character, and it'd be another villain, so that'd be pretty sweet. So coming in at number 3, I have 9, and I know there's so many other movie characters you can throw into this game, like Melissa Shield, or the villain from the first movie, I can't remember his name, or any of Nine's gang, any of them would work, but I feel like 9 would be such a perfect character in this game. Originally I was thinking about putting Chimera here, but I ultimately switched it to 9 because, 9 was the main villain. Chimera would be still pretty cool to see come to this game, but I feel like 9 would just work better. 9 was pretty much just like the miniature, all for one. Is that the correct? It's not one for all. Yeah, it's all for one. I always get those two mixed up. But yeah, he was pretty much just the miniature version of that, and he had like all these crazy attacks, like lasers from his fingertips, like air cannon walls or whatever they were called. Like they were just like the air walls. They were pretty cool. He had the dragons, just thinking about it, think about how cool that moveset would be, getting to see 9 in the game and then having like all these crazy attacks like happening and stuff. Now make sure you don't make him overpowered if you add him to the game, but it would be pretty cool to see him come to the game. He was such a cool, calm and collected villain. Like it was so cool, and all the fights he was in, like all the animation kind of peaked, like it was like amazing. I think 9 would be a perfect, villain to add, and it'd be a pretty cool thing because it would reference a movie. Now, again, you could add like the first, movie's villain, but I don't really remember his name, and I think 9 was more memorable. No offense, but I just think 9 would be a cooler fit, if that makes any sense. Also, not to mention, My Hero Academia Heroes Rising is still a pretty recent movie, and seeing that we have another movie coming out next year, like, maybe add him around that time, to reference the older movie. And like I said, I would like to see 9 eventually come to the game because, it'd be like the first movie character. He would be another villain. He would be intimidating. Like, he would have like such a crazy moveset because think about all the things he can do. I don't know. He would be such a cool character, and I would love to see him come to the game. So coming in at number 2, I have Yuga Aoyama. Aoyama would be so cool in this game. Like, think about it. He was already in a My Hero fighting game. It was on the 3DS. I forget what that game is called, but he was in that game. Also, real quick, if they announced that if like the Season 2 pass was just going to be, the rest of the Class 1A characters, I wouldn't be disappointed. I'd be super happy if that happened. Like, I want to eventually see all the Class 1A characters come to this game. There's 7 missing. Yeah, there's 7 still missing, and I would love to see them all come to the game somehow. Like, that would be super amazing. But the reason why I picked Aoyama is because he's one of my favorite characters from just the series in general. He's my second favorite character, and I would love to see him come to the game. I think he would have such an interesting moveset. Not to mention, if you really wanted to, you could just port the moveset from that one fighting game. You would probably have to tweak it a bit, but you could do it. Like, it worked. I think Aoyama would be super cool. He would have such a flashy kind of like moveset. His model would be super cool to see because his costume is really flashy as well. And, I just think he'd be a pretty cool character to see come to this game. I know a lot of people want him, but like I said before, if any of the other Class 1A members made it into the game somehow, I would just be happy to see any of them because I really like Class 1A. They're like my favorite characters, and I would just like to see them all eventually come to the game. But I picked Aoyama because he's my second favorite character. So coming in at number 1, I have Sero. Sero is my favorite character in the entire series. I know he doesn't get a lot of screen time. I wish he did, but I know he doesn't. But I love his character design. I love his quirk. He reminds me, obviously, of Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is my favorite superhero of like all time from comics. So of course I was gonna like Sero. Sero would have such an interesting moveset, I feel. And actually on the channel, I have this series called the How They Could Work series. And the way it works is, in that series, I try to take characters who are not in the game, and I try to create movesets for them to see if they can actually work in the game. And Sero is one of those videos that is already a part of that series, so, I kind of already created a moveset for him. But, so he could technically work, I don't see why he wouldn't. But, yeah, so if you guys are interested in that series, it's on my channel, so you can check it out if you want to or not. And, again, I take requests in that series, so if you want to see a specific character, just leave it down in the comments below of one of those videos, and I'll try to create a moveset for them. I'll do my best to create a moveset for them with what I have. So, yeah, but anyway, back to Sero. Sero, I think, would have such a cool moveset. He could, swing like Spider-Man. He can capture people. It would just be so cool. Not to mention, think about his character model. Like, his costume is super cool. Like, I just love his, motorcycle helmet and his shoulder pads. I think that's such a cool, look. But yeah, I was just surprised that him and Aoyama didn't make it into this game on the base roster, especially because, again, the provisional license exam, that's one of their biggest moments, both of those characters. So I was really surprised that they didn't make it into the game, but hopefully one day they'll make it into the game. But yeah, I was like, man, why didn't they add Sero into this game? I was like that when they released the first game. I'm like, why didn't they add him into the first game? But then especially when they released the second game, when they added Ashino and Mineta, I was like, why didn't they add Sero? But I don't know, maybe if they do another game, or again, if they do a DLC Season 2 pass, hopefully he'll be on it. And again, hopefully all of the Class 1A members will be in the game, because like again, they all do deserve to be in this game. Like I love all of Class 1A's members. Like I would love to see them all eventually come to this game, but I don't know, hopefully one day they'll all make it in, because I really do hope they all make it into the game one day, because I love Class 1A and I hope they all make it into this game somehow. So that is my wish list if they did a DLC Season 2 pass for My Hero 1 Justice 2. Let me know your guys' wish list in the comments below. I would love to see who you guys would want if they did a Season 2 DLC pass. Also, if you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe, that would be amazing. I also just wanted to say thank you guys for helping me hit 50 subs before the end of the year. I really do appreciate it. It really means a lot to me, and it brings a smile to my face when you guys enjoy the videos. I love seeing your comments and, you know, just talking to you guys about My Hero Academia. It's just so much fun doing that, and I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for helping me hit my first goal on the channel. It was just really amazing. I just wanted to thank you guys. So I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and I hope you guys continue to enjoy these videos. You know, again, I love making these videos. They're so much fun. I've got so many ideas for this game and other games as well, so you know, I've got so many ideas, so I hope you guys keep enjoying them. And yeah, so I hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you guys next time. Later.